Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, my name's Hiuy and welcome to my YouTube Beauty by Hiuy. You may also know me from Instagram where I talk about all things skincare and makeup for my combo oily, acne prone textured skin. So make sure that you subscribe, follow me on Instagram if you want more content about all things regarding that skin type. Today's video is very exciting. I'm a huge fan of Nikkia Joy, as some of you may know, and I've got two new products that I haven't tried before in today's video. So I'm going to do kind of a first impressions of that product and those two products, and trialing her velvet finishing powder, again pairing it up with the sponges that I have as well. So let's dive into it. Now I have primed my face. I've used the Becca First Light Priming Filter Primer, which I really love if I'm going to do like kind of a glam look, which I'm going to try because I do have lashes with me as well from Nikkia Joy. So I'm going to use Born This Way because I just know this foundation really well. A lot of people know it well, so they're going to know how it looks when I use these sponges and the powder. So it's a really good comparison. So all of Nikkia Joy's products come in this beautiful packaging here with this gold insignia here. And it's 100% reusable. I do reuse it when I'm sending stuff away. Her sponges come in this lovely box and there's indented gold packaging here. And it comes in a little plastic just to keep it, you know, all clean. Okay, and I've got, you can see I was holding my hands, the maroon sponge, which is the Christmas edition, and the pink sponge. So I actually have a brand new one of this because unfortunately one of mine's developed mold in it that I bought early in the year, and they were really good about sending me out a new one. I think with her sponges, because the pores are so, if I bring it up close, like you can barely see the pores, and I so think the water and the products get trapped really easily in them. And I store it the same way I store all sponges, in a container, in a ceramic or a glass bowl, and keep it aerated as well. But I think because of that, it did develop the mold, so you have to really make sure you clean them and keep it in a nice, cool, dry place. So that one is quite straightforward in terms of the shape, and I'll make sure I'll put a link to the video where I use that sponge as well. I will be comparing half and half to this sponge here, which is her new Christmas edition, beautiful like maroon, or what did cranberry color, I can't remember what she called it, but it's got this edge here, like a flat edge at the bottom as well, and around edge here. So I'm really excited to see how this bakes, how this applies foundation, concealer. Super excited. So I think I'm gonna go and do half and half and see how that goes. Just what I've dropped now is also her Day to Night set, which is a new addition, part of her holiday collection as well. And these released just in time for my birthday, so you guys know I'm on a no buy after my America trip, unless I've got gift cards or presents. So I'm really happy this came out at the right time and my friends were able to get it for me. So this is the Wispies, my first time trying her lashes. And what I've also got as well is her velvet finishing powder, which I've done a first impressions of this as well. So make sure you head over to that video to have a look. So this is kind of like my second impressions. I can't say that I've reached for the velvet finishing powder all the time, only because it's a super matte finish, and it just makes me look like I have a really full-on glam look. So I don't really use it for every day. So I haven't used it a whole lot. So it's kind of still like early impressions. So I've primed my face with the Becca Light brightening primer. So it was at First Light Priming Filter. I love using this for glam looks. You can see it's a really nice glow. It blurs the pores, and it's somewhat lasting as well all day. And I'm going to use Born This Way foundation just because it's a very well-known foundation, so you can see exactly how the sponge works with it. And I'm in the shade Warm Beige for that. Right, first of all, I have to wet the sponges, so I'm just going to show it side by side on camera. Okay, so let's go side by side again. Just gonna dab this on. Right, let's have a look. So I normally use the Beauty Blender brand when it comes to sponges. That's what I'm familiar with. So this sponge is certainly not taking up a lot of the product, which is good, because I found that her pink sponge, I felt like, did do that a little bit. Alright. And then, but it's a very, very flawless finish. I'm going to take the pink sponge now and so I actually think I prefer the maroon one a lot more. If you have a look at, I don't like it when sponges do this, the dots there. And yeah, to be super honest with you, even though I love her videos and stuff, I do remember when I used this sponge the first time, it was awesome, really nice, but it just, it's a bit, it was a little bit patchy. But I certainly prefer the maroon one. Like, that's really nice. I don't know if you guys can tell the difference. Like, I feel like it's less patchy on this side. And you can tell in the sponge straight away as well. Like, see the different colors here. Like, my beauty blender doesn't do that. See how it soaks up different products, different depths of products. But her maroon one doesn't really do that as much. This dark bit here is just from my finger from dabbing. But like, see how it's nice and even? Yeah. So I definitely prefer this one. So maybe I'm gonna stick to this and build it up a little, blend into my neck. Yeah, I 100% prefer this sponge, and I actually think I'm going to be using this sponge from now on instead of my beauty blender compared to the pink one. Love it. All right, so let's stick with this for the rest of the video. So let's go to concealer. So I've got the MAC 24 Hour Smooth Wear Concealer. I am the shade NC30. And with concealer, I always apply one side then the other when it's a thick, full coverage concealer, because it dries down really quickly and it's very hard to work with, and because of my texture, it's really important. Okay. Now, because the sponge holds so much water as well, and it's quite compact because of the small pores, it does, like, when it comes to concealer, it probably gives me, because I have quite a lot of lines and like I have a bit of congestion happening at the moment, it doesn't blend it out as smoothly. But I feel like that's a mistake of, well, like, it's because of my skin as opposed to the sponge itself. Even though I can tell it's holding a lot of water, it doesn't feel wet, which is really important when it comes to a sponge, because that's what gives you patchiness as well. Now, this is the most exciting part. This is the Nikkia Joy Cosmetics Velvet Finishing Powder. It literally smells like cake. So this is like skincare and powder in one. It has a lot of hydrating ingredients in it. It's non-comedogenic, you means, you know, it doesn't, you know, it's good for people with acne. It's not going to make your acne spread. It's like, you know, 1,000,000 times milled or something. So it's super fine. Like, I don't know if you guys can see that. It's really fine. Look, it is pretty pricey for a non-Mecca Sephora product, but honestly I feel like it's really worth the money. For this, I'm actually going to use both sponges so you guys can see the differences. So let's start with the pink one, and I'm just picking up a bit of product. I like picking up on the same size as the foundation because that part is already dry. It's really hard to pick up powder when a sponge is wet. Just max that out, and I always do the eyes last, because again, when the sponge is wet, it just makes it all patchy. Can you guys see the difference? That's so pretty. So that worked really well, and I'm gonna go in again with the maroon sponge. It went everywhere. Alright, so just picking up some product. So going for a super matte finish, matte look, bit of glam. I don't know what I'm going to do with eyeshadow just yet. Okay. That actually helped blend into my skin because it was looking a little bit orange. But can you guys see how matte that is? Alright, right back. Okay guys, so I'm gonna go off camera and put on my lashes because I don't want you guys to go through the pain of seeing me do them on camera, and then I'll come back and give my final thoughts about her products. So guys, I've put on the lashes and I have to say it took me a good half an hour because I had to take off the first pair that I put on, and I'll tell you why. So at the minute I've got the 4th pair on here, and initially I tried on the first pair up here, and you can see I actually had to cut quite a lot off because these lashes are super long, which I always suspected would be the case when I've seen them on camera and on the website. But she's got this invisible band technology, which is really awesome in terms of how many times you can use them, how comfortable they are on the eye. But when I put it on my small tiny eyes with double eyelids, Asian eyes, they actually sat up like that. And yeah, I think it's because the band is super thick, and I tried to fix it by putting a bit of lash glue like just right on the edge as opposed to like along this where I would normally put it on, and it just really didn't work, which is such a shame because this style is my favorite style when it comes to lashes, and especially like every day. So I'm a little bit disappointed. I guess what I could do is use them maybe like on the edges or just fill in the gaps, but I'm a little bit disappointed with them. The ones I have on at the moment are not the invisible band, so they fit on a lot nicer. But again, what I had to do was to cut the lash so much, and look, it's like missing in here because if I pull it along on the inner edge too much, it looks funny. If I tried both ways. I cut a little bit on the outside, I cut a little bit on the inside with both pairs of lashes, and you can see when the lashes are made, they're spread out a certain way to look like that on your eye. So when they're too long and you have to cut either ends, they look really funny. And so that's my other, unfortunately, disappointment with the lashes. Overall, I'm really happy with how matte the look turned out thanks to the sponges. So I absolutely love this sponge. So I'm going to keep using that, and I keep knocking my stand, but I'm gonna keep using this. I love the powder. It actually turned out really nice. You can see super Photoshop finish, looks perfect on camera, will be really good for taking photos. If you're a makeup artist, you do a lot of bridal, I would 100% recommend this kind of product. Yeah, so they're my overall thoughts on her Nikkia Joy Cosmetics range. She has a really big range when it comes to lashes, and she's also got a black sponge which I haven't tried yet, and I don't have my hands on her highlighting palette yet, but I'm sure I will in the next sale. I'll ask for it as a present, of course, because I'm on a no buy. Yeah, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's 100% my full honest thoughts. Make sure you leave a comment, let me know your thoughts if you've tried it, subscribe, head to my Instagram for more. See ya!